the trip.
We spent 4 weeks traveling Central America. We started off in Mexico, which is North America.
We booked a flight from London to Mexico City with Kiwi.com.
I really liked Mexico City, loved it. Best food I've ever eaten.
It's so colourful and vibrant.
Best art.
I really love Oaxaca.
One of the nights we were there was a huge parade in the streets that was just amazing to watch, and it was raining, but nobody cared. I don't think anyone should be put off by the rainy season, but especially if you're from the UK, like, it's always the rainy season there. We finished up in Mexico with a few days in San Cristobal de la Casa.
It was such a great way to start our trip. We got an overnight bus to Guatemala.
Tikal is one of the largest Mayan archaeological sites. Our guide told us that to show us the whole of it, it would take him about a week, so he just shows the highlights.
What do you think, Liv?
Get warm. You can only imagine the leg gains after this trip. Mayans love a stare. Lake Atitlan was so beautiful, especially this nature reserve in Panajachel. Being there off season was a dream because it was so quiet. We quickly learned though that public transportation isn't really a thing around Guatemala, besides like a tuk-tuk, a boat or a go-kart. Luckily, to go from place to place, we had pretty cheap flights on Kiwi.com, like the flight we got to Flores. As of 2024, there's currently not a route going from Guatemala to Honduras, so we had to get a private driver, which was obviously a bit more expensive, but it was so worth it because I would die for George. This was a really significant Maya city. We figured we'd not seen enough old stuff, so it was time to go see some more, but the real reason that we simply had to make it to Honduras was we had to see the scarlet macaws that live here. They're totally wild. Although nobody prepared me for the fact that they sound like dinosaurs. I can't lie to you, we were completely pooped. It's hard work having this much fun, so...
And we went to the Salvador beaches.
We took some time to recuperate before what was going to be a busy week in Costa Rica. Pretty pathetic for supposed travel hackers, but our little legs were tired. And I needed to take some time to plan the rest of the trip, which I did with Kiwi.com. I'd had a flight alert on my phone waiting to book the return flights, and when I got that notification that the prices had dropped, I was on it. And then it was time to fly to Costa Rica and get on another bus. Usually I take quite a lot of control, but I don't even really know what we're doing today. I let Dan pick and we went on the most amazing kayak through the jungle. The thing that makes Costa Rica so special is the biodiversity, aka there are fun creatures everywhere. Lizards in the trees.
Yeah, can you see him?
We stayed at this really gorgeous hotel that actually was a really good price, and it was really easy to get to the volcano in the national park from where we were. We were only here for a couple of nights though, because our last stop was going to be Manuel Antonio. I think it's fair to say that Dan loves the trophy husband life. I had been told that Manuel Antonio was our best chance at spotting a sloth, and wow, it was maybe the most beautiful place I have ever been, and we saw so many creatures. Do you hear that? That's the sound of peace.
There were all these expensive tours, and we were like, nah, we're just gonna hope.
Don't pay for the tours. Sloths are really slow.
They're really slow, which can make it horrible.
Wait. Pay for the tours. Support tourism. Yes.
And I saw a sloth. That was like my biggest dream.
Shout out to sloths.
Costa Rica made me understand people that just want to hang out at the beach all day, because tell me why these are the most gorgeous beaches I've ever seen. It was humbling, to say the least, to spend a few gorgeous days here and then fly back to rainy Heathrow.
They're mega slow, so you just like... But yeah, it's like super easy everywhere, because they're in trees.
Yeah.
And Costa Rica's just like super dope and nice to every... What's the word I'm thinking of? Species. Nature.
Okay, let's wrap this up. If you've never considered going there to travel, I would definitely consider it. It might not be as high up and popular as something maybe like Southeast Asia, but there is just as much to enjoy. I would definitely go back.
We've been pretty lucky. We've travelled quite a lot this year. And the food in Mexico, it's the best. It's the best food I've ever eaten. I mean, and we don't get Mexicans in England. I don't know why. If you're from Mexico,
please
come here and bring your abuela, because we need her for the empanadas, because they don't have empanadas here.